Modern life brings its fair share of pressures, from work and relationships to unrealistic social expectations. These can make us feel trapped in a cycle of exhausting and challenging events. Recognizing and confronting these pressures is an essential first step toward restoring balance and happiness in our lives. In today's video, we'll address a critically important issue: how to detach oneself from persona and situation through Stoicism. Let's explore ways to free ourselves from unnecessary expectations and pressures, and rediscover joy and peace in our daily lives. Understanding these challenges is the first step towards finding balance and happiness. We will guide you step by step to separate yourself from negative thoughts and unrealistic expectations. Through 7 specific steps, you'll learn how to live in the present, unburdened by outcomes, thus opening the door to inner peace. By applying these principles, you not only reduce stress, but can also build healthy and enduring relationships. Imagine living each day meaningfully and freely, unencumbered by unnecessary worries. Support us. Before we begin, I greatly appreciate if you like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support not only helps us grow, but also brings you valuable content in the future. Stay patient, as each step we share is crucial and can offer new insights. Together, we can make life more positive. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment with your experiences or any ideas you want us to discuss in future videos. Thank you for watching. And now, let's begin our journey. Step 1. Set emotional boundaries. In a life full of ups and downs, setting emotional boundaries is an essential lesson, not only to protect ourselves, but also to preserve the relationships we cherish. Stoicism opens a door to wisdom, helping us consciously adjust our emotions. This isn't about denying them, but rather accepting and controlling them under the light of reason. By taking time to understand our emotions, we discover the real reasons behind our reactions and learn how to handle them wisely. This requires patience and self-discipline to recognize when emotions start to overpower reason and deciding not to let them control our actions. Sometimes, addressing our own issues becomes a priority, not just to protect our mental health, but also to more effectively support others. Self-care is not an act of selfishness, but part of maintaining overall health. The COVID-19 pandemic has taught us valuable lessons about the importance of loving and caring for ourselves. This includes not only physical health, but also mental well-being. Self-care extends beyond maintaining health through a balanced diet and exercise. It also involves nurturing the soul through personal hobbies, rest, and setting healthy boundaries in relationships. Respecting personal space and boundaries in a relationship is also a form of love. Allowing others the space to express and grow freely not only helps them feel respected and valued, but also encourages independence and confidence. This is the foundation for a healthy relationship, where each individual has the opportunity to self-actualize while supporting each other. Sometimes, refusing to listen or help others is not thoughtless, but the wisest choice to protect our mental health. This ensures that when we return, we can truly support them most effectively. Setting emotional boundaries has become more important than ever, allowing us to stay stable and not be overwhelmed by external pressures. Ultimately, establishing emotional boundaries is not just a step forward in personalization and autonomy, but also an inspiration to those around us. As we learn to live fully and meaningfully in an ever-changing world, we not only improve our mental health, but also create a positive impact on our surroundings, encouraging others to find balance and happiness in their lives. Imagine yourself as a gardener tending to a small garden. In this garden, there are flowers representing joy, bushes symbolizing sadness, and patches of grass denoting anger. Like a wise gardener, you understand that to maintain a strong and balanced garden, you cannot just water the flowers, but must also care for the bushes and grass. When life brings challenges, that's when you need to set boundaries for your emotions. Instead of letting the bushes of sadness or patches of anger take over your entire mental space, you learn to observe them objectively. You don't chase them away because each plant has its role in the garden's growth. However, you do not allow them to overrun to the point where they hinder the growth of flowers of joy. When feeling sad or angry about a situation or a relationship, you calmly regain control by reminding yourself that these emotions, like the weather in the garden, will change and pass. You take a deep breath, focus on your breathing, and allow yourself to feel the changing winds and the movements of the flowers. You keep your mind clear and peaceful, open to embracing everything with a positive attitude and an open heart. Setting clear boundaries for your emotions helps you navigate life's storms calmly and soberly, keeping your garden of the soul vibrant and thriving. In life, we sometimes face people and situations that do not bring positive value and can even harm and weaken our spirits. Setting emotional boundaries is an effective way to protect ourselves from these negative influences. Stoicism, with its wise principles, teaches us how to detach emotions from external factors, helping us maintain calm and reason in all circumstances. Recognize negative situations and people. The first and most important thing is to identify situations and people that have a negative impact on our lives. This requires careful observation and high self-awareness to not get drawn into a vortex of negative emotions. By identifying these harmful elements, we can proactively set emotional boundaries and maintain our spirit. Control emotional responses. Stoicism encourages us to control our emotional responses in difficult situations. Instead of being overwhelmed by emotions, learn to adjust and control them. This way, we can maintain calm and reason, not letting external factors dictate our mood and actions. Focus on what is within our control. A core principle of Stoicism is to focus on what we can control and accept what is beyond our control. When faced with negative people and situations, remember that we cannot control the behavior of others, but we can control how we respond. This helps us maintain tranquility and not be affected by external negative factors. Build healthy boundaries. Establishing healthy boundaries is a way to protect ourselves from negative impacts. This not only helps us maintain autonomy, but also protects our mental health. Learn to say no when necessary, and do not let others overstep your boundaries. By doing so, we can maintain healthy relationships and balance in life. Seek inner peace. Finally, seek peace and serenity from within. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of self-control and self-enlightenment. When we find inner peace, no one and nothing can weaken our spirit. This not only helps us face life's challenges, but also sets a positive example for those around us. The significance of setting emotional boundaries. Establishing emotional boundaries not only brings personal benefits, but also profoundly impacts the lives around us. It helps us maintain a healthy spirit, creates a positive environment, and supports personal growth. When we control our emotions, we can create a balanced and happy life, inspiring and motivating those around us. Setting emotional boundaries is an important step on the path to autonomy and personal development. As we learn to detach from negative people and situations, we not only protect ourselves, but also create a more positive and healthy environment for everyone. Stoicism, with its valuable lessons, helps us find inner strength to overcome challenges and live a fulfilled and meaningful life. Step 2. Talk to someone you trust. In a life filled with fluctuations and challenges, learning how to detach ourselves from stress and turmoil can sometimes make us feel lost, as if facing the vast world alone. This is when the empathy and sharing with a trustworthy friend becomes a lifeline, helping us realize that we're not alone. Seeking out someone you can trust is not just a simple piece of advice, but a survival strategy, a way to find yourself again. When you open up and share your worries, sorrows, or even small joys, you're not only seeking comfort or solutions, but also taking a powerful step to explore and redefine your boundaries. Each story shared helps us build a solid wall against the intrusion of negative emotions and undesirable situations. Consider the story of Max, who recently felt overwhelmed by a series of stressful situations due to conflicts with colleagues at work. Max felt exhausted and unbalanced, worried that this would negatively affect his ability to maintain the necessary peace and detachment from difficult situations. Deciding to seek support, Max reached out to Alex, a longtime friend and someone knowledgeable about Stoicism. In their conversation, Max shared his concerns and challenges. Alex listened sincerely and then shared insights on maintaining calm during life's storms, emphasizing that each challenge is an opportunity to strengthen will and wisdom. Through this conversation, Max realized that seeking and accepting support does not betray the principles of Stoicism, but is part of the process of self-improvement and growth. Max felt encouraged and gained strength to continue his journey with a more peaceful soul and sharper intellect. Remember, emotional independence does not exclude connection and sharing. Sharing with a trustworthy friend is like opening a new door, allowing the light of empathy and compassion to dispel the darkness of loneliness and confusion. Thus, we not only create a positive distance from what we want to detach from, but also reaffirm our value and inner strength. This is the essence of Stoic philosophy, not to avoid the world, but to learn to face and overcome it with calm and decisiveness. We all have many relationships, but who is truly a friend you trust and share with? Who is that person for you? What is your story? Do not hesitate to share your story in the comments below. We are eager to listen. In everyday life, we often face many stressful situations and negative people. It's important to know how to detach ourselves from these bad influences to maintain our spirit and peace. Let's consider a specific example. Imagine you work in a high-pressure office environment where criticism and rivalry are constant. Each day you feel tired, stressed, and sometimes want to give up. But you remember the Stoic principle of seeking support from a trustworthy friend. You decide to talk to Lisa, a close friend who also understands Stoic philosophy. One afternoon after work, you meet Lisa at a quiet coffee shop. As you sit down, you begin to share the pressures and difficulties you are facing. Lisa listens attentively, without interruption or judgment. After you've shared all that's weighing on your heart, Lisa begins to share her perspective. She talks about the importance of maintaining psychological detachment from negative situations and people. Lisa emphasizes that, as the Stoics taught, we cannot control what others say or do, but we can control how we respond. Lisa recounts her own story when she had to deal with a difficult colleague who frequently criticized her. Instead of reacting angrily or with disappointment, Lisa chose to remain calm and see it as an opportunity to practice patience and tolerance. She turned to trustworthy friends for sharing and received helpful advice that helped her through that difficult period. Through this conversation, you realize that seeking support from a trustworthy friend not only helps you relieve stress, but also provides new perspectives and strategies to cope with difficulties. You feel re-energized and more motivated to face work challenges with a calmer and more decisive mindset. Remember, talking to a trustworthy friend is not a sign of weakness, but a smart and strong step in your journey of personal development. It helps us not only release negative emotions, but also reinforces our belief in our ability to overcome difficulties. So, in your life, who is the person you can trust and share with? Seek them out, open up, and embrace the support. Don't hesitate to share your story in the comments below. We are eager to listen and support you on this journey. Step 3. Consider the rationality of self-isolation. The great Stoic philosopher, Seneca, once emphasized that what you think about yourself is far more important than what others think of you. This is not just a piece of advice, but a core principle in Stoic philosophy, encouraging us to stand firm by ourselves in all situations and against anyone who might cause disturbance. An important step in this journey is rationally considering maintaining a distance. Imagine living in a family where every day you face fierce arguments and skepticism from members about the career you are pursuing. You find yourself constantly dragged into endless debates with your parents, regardless of what you do. The feeling of being controlled and uncomfortable constantly surrounds you, making you feel suffocated and devoid of freedom. In such situations, rationally considering maintaining a distance becomes incredibly important. By distancing yourself from these arguments and tensions, you not only keep your mind clear, but also protect your own peace and balance. This benefits not only your mental health, but also positively promotes your personal growth. You can spend time and energy on positive activities and relationships outside of your family, which support and encourage your personal development. Think about spending time on personal hobbies, learning, and physical training. Rational self-isolation allows you to focus on what truly matters and is valuable to you. It helps you escape negative influences and opens up space for you to freely develop and explore yourself. Maintaining a rational distance is not just a protective measure, but also part of the process of self-care and development. You create space to relax, allowing your mind to be calm and ready to embrace new challenges positively. This helps you deeply and actively focus on your personal goals and values, rather than being dominated by negative external factors. Imagine starting your day with peace, undisturbed by family arguments and stress. You spend time for yourself, practicing meditation, reading, and engaging in physical activities. You notice a significant change in your mood and spirit. Every day, you feel stronger, more confident, and ready to face any challenge. Remember, peace and personal growth start with protecting yourself from harm. Maintaining a rational distance is a way to live a happy and meaningful life, pursuing the goals and values that you truly believe in. This is the path to true freedom, where you control your own life and are not dictated by external factors. Leave a comment and share your thoughts on self-isolation. If you have learned something from this third step, apply it in your daily life. Think carefully and act to protect and develop yourself, building the life you've always wanted. A specific example of self-isolation in a real-life situation is the story of Emma, an office worker at a large company who often felt pressured by her job and personal life. She had to work overtime, endure pressure from her boss, and felt stressed in social relationships. After a long period of enduring stress, Emma realized that she needed time for herself to recharge and regain balance. This decision was not about avoiding people, but about seeking peace and focus. Every day, Emma devoted time to meditation and yoga. These activities helped her create a relaxed inner space and a clear mind. Thanks to this, Emma not only reduced her stress, but also became more effective at work. She created a more positive work environment, where she felt energized and ready to face any challenge. Emma's self-isolation was not a retreat from the world, but a method to regenerate herself and face challenges more positively and effectively. From Emma's story, we can see that sometimes taking time for oneself not only helps reduce stress, but also enhances work performance and life quality. According to the Stoic view, we could take advice from Emma's story and should also apply it. Find time for yourself. Every day, take some time to relax and focus on yourself. Create a peaceful inner space. Use methods like meditation and yoga to create a peaceful haven for your soul. Face challenges positively. Use this recharged energy to face life's pressures and challenges more effectively and positively. Emma's story is an inspiration to us to realize that sometimes self-isolation and self-care are keys to achieving balance and success in life. A famous quote by the Stoic philosopher Epictetus can support this topic. Each time you find yourself relying on the approval of others, remind yourself that true freedom is not letting anything beyond your control disrupt your inner peace. In this quote, Epictetus highlights the concept of freedom and inner independence that each individual can achieve. He believed that true freedom is not just physical or political, but also the ability to maintain a steady soul, unaffected by external opinions or evaluations. In Stoicism, distancing oneself from people and situations is not isolation or avoidance, but an active process to prevent external factors from controlling one's emotions and thoughts. This requires a high level of self-awareness and the ability to deeply observe one's inner self. When you no longer depend on others' acceptance or rejection, you start to cultivate self-mastery, building a solid foundation for peace and happiness in life. Through mental training and practicing restraint, followers of Stoicism learn to welcome all challenges and difficulties, not as barriers, but as opportunities for personal growth. This is a powerful lesson in liberation, opening mental space for us to focus on developing enduring qualities and values. In this way, we not only find freedom, but also spread peace and positive energy to those around us, becoming an inspiration for those seeking an independent and meaningful lifestyle. Step 4. Temporarily distance yourself from that person. Why is it necessary to create temporary distance? Because in moments of stress, we often get caught in a whirlwind of emotions, leading to immediate reactions that lack consideration. It is precisely in these moments that creating temporary distance becomes essential, as a step back that allows us to observe and handle the situation more calmly and accurately. Imagine a scenario. You and a close friend are having a heated argument due to differing opinions. Emotions are running high, and every word spoken, every action taken, seems to only make matters worse. Continuing the dialogue at this moment only adds misunderstandings and deepens the wounds. This is when creating distance for reflection becomes utterly necessary. By temporarily stepping away from the argument, you create space for yourself to view things from a different perspective. During this time, consider going for a solitary walk, carefully thinking about the root of the conflict. You might realize that some of your frustration stems from work pressure, and not entirely from your friend. When you both meet again, sharing these insights not only helps in reconciliation, but also opens a new path in the relationship, based on mutual understanding and respect. This process of reflection not only helps resolve conflicts more effectively, but also promotes personal growth. We learn to control ourselves and enhance self-awareness, crucial elements for living a peaceful and positive life. This is not just a lesson in patience and self-control, but also a process of self-discovery and improving relationships with those around us. When applying this method, you address the immediate issue and also lay the groundwork for positive and enduring interactions in the future. Moreover, the period of separation helps you realize the value of gratitude and appreciation for those around you. When you return after the distance, you feel more appreciative, and as a result, your relationship is strengthened more than ever. Step back to reflect. Creating distance is not only a way to reduce stress, but also an opportunity to reflect and assess the situation from a different angle, helping you handle things more wisely. Self-control. Distance helps you focus on controlling your emotions, a crucial aspect of Stoicism. Remember, controlling yourself is the first step to controlling the situation. Personal development. Reflective time is an opportunity for you to better understand yourself, the roots of conflicts, and from there, develop the necessary skills to handle things more effectively and calmly. Improving relationships. Temporary distance not only resolves conflicts, but also builds a solid foundation for future relationships. When you return, you will feel more appreciative, and your relationship will be stronger. The value of gratitude. Time apart helps you realize the value of those around you and be grateful for what they bring to your life. This makes the relationship deeper and more enduring. Stoicism is not just theory, but practical lessons that help us live a peaceful, positive, and meaningful life. Temporarily stepping back to reflect and control oneself is one of the essential steps on that path. In life, there are times when we need to temporarily step back from a person or situation to rebuild inner peace and see things more clearly. Stoicism provides us with valuable principles and guidance to do this effectively and wisely. Self-awareness and emotional restraint. To detach from a situation, we must first be aware of our emotions. Take some time to listen to your inner feelings and identify the causes of stress. Once understood, you can more easily restrain your emotions, avoid negative reactions, and decide on your next actions calmly and wisely. Maintain distance and independence. In stressful times, create a personal space for reflection. This not only helps you avoid unnecessary conflicts, but also maintains your independence. This temporary distance is an opportunity for you to rebuild yourself, reassess your values and life goals. Practice gratitude. Spend time thinking about the positives and the people you are grateful for in your life. Gratitude helps us change perspectives, enabling us to see things more positively. Focusing on the good can reduce stress and negative feelings, creating balance and peace within. Acceptance and letting go. Remember, not everything is within our control. Learn to accept what cannot be changed and let go of the unimportant. This helps us remain calm and focused on what truly matters. Seek tranquility in nature. An effective way to detach from people and situations is to turn to nature. Spend time walking in the park, hiking, or sitting by the sea. Nature has a healing ability and can make our spirits lighter. Meditate and calm your mind. Meditation is a great method to soothe the soul and create mental distance from the stresses around. Just a few minutes of daily meditation can make you feel more peaceful and in control of your emotions. Focus on personal development. This time of stepping back is also an opportunity to focus on personal development. Read books, learn new skills, or engage in activities that help you grow. This not only improves yourself, but also brings joy and motivation to your life. To conclude this lesson, I encourage you to leave a comment below to share your feelings and experiences when applying these principles. Let's build a positive community and support each other on the path to finding peace and happiness. Have you ever applied temporary distancing to handle stress? What was your experience like? Please leave your answer in the comments section. Step 5. Reflect on the consequences of separation. In life, especially when adhering to Stoicism, we often face difficult decisions about cutting off certain relationships or abandoning situations that no longer align with our goals and values. In this lesson, we will delve deeper into the potential consequences and long-term impacts of withdrawing from a relationship or situation. Deciding to withdraw is not always easy or yields the expected outcomes. Sometimes, it is not just a step back, but a deep psychological struggle, requiring us to bravely face and accept consequences that affect not only ourselves, but also those around us. Withdrawing tests our resilience and sensitivity, forcing us to reassess our human connections and their impact on our communal lives. Before making any significant decision, we should take time to thoroughly reflect on all aspects and potential outcomes. It is crucial not to let momentary emotions or instincts take control. Instead, master your thoughts and consider the long-term impacts of each action. This requires having a broad perspective and the ability to analyze situations from various angles, while being ready to accept responsibility for our decisions. Additionally, whenever we set boundaries, we must recognize that while this step may help strengthen our inner self, it could also unintentionally create walls that separate us from valuable and meaningful experiences, leading to a loss of warmth and understanding from those around us. Finally, as you stand on the brink of a decision to withdraw, proceed with deep responsibility and carefully consider each step. Every decision you make significantly impacts your personal development journey and reflects your true aspirations for life. This journey is challenging but also an opportunity to deepen your understanding of yourself and the values that Stoicism brings to your life. A real-life example of reflecting on the consequences of separation can be illustrated through the story of Sarah Johnson, a graphic designer who decided to leave her job at a large company because she felt the work environment no longer aligned with her personal values. From a Stoic perspective, Sarah's decision was not just about seeking personal happiness, but also a lesson in accepting and facing the consequences of each choice. Sarah spent a lot of time thinking and weighing her options before making her decision. She realized that while leaving her job brought initial relief, it also came with unforeseen consequences, such as losing a stable income, losing relationships built during her tenure, and facing challenges in finding a new job that aligns with her beliefs and values. In this situation, Sarah truly weighed the short-term and long-term benefits for herself. Importantly, she did not let personal emotions cloud her judgment. Sarah carefully planned for her future, prepared financially for the transition, and sought support from family and friends to maintain her spirits. From a Stoic perspective, the major lesson here is not only the courage to make a significant change, but also the patience and acceptance that accompany it. Stoicism teaches us that every action has a corresponding reaction, and every choice carries consequences. Therefore, the decision to withdraw must be made responsibly, with a deep understanding of both the benefits and the challenges that may arise. Sarah's story reflects a positive journey, where self-awareness and personal responsibility are emphasized. This is a prime example of how Stoicism can guide and inspire us to make wise decisions, even though they may be challenging and sometimes painful, but always aimed at personal growth and self-improvement. Applying Step 5 of Stoicism to life brings many practical benefits, not only enhancing our personal growth, but also improving relationships with others. Here are some key advantages when we practice deep reflection before withdrawing from relationships or situations. Enhanced self-awareness and self-control. By carefully considering the consequences of withdrawing, we learn to control ourselves and not let temporary emotions dictate our decisions. This fosters self-control, a core principle of Stoicism, and enhances our ability to manage ourselves in any situation. Developed sensitivity and empathy. Reflecting on how our decisions to withdraw affect others nurtures our sensitivity and empathy. This helps us better understand the emotions and situations of others, thereby building stronger, more humane relationships. Improved situational assessment skills. The habit of deeply considering all aspects of a decision before acting helps develop our analytical and situational assessment skills. This is not only useful in managing relationships, but also applies to every decision in life, from career choices to personal options. Increased patience and strategic thinking. Thoughtful consideration of the consequences and impacts of withdrawing actions encourages us to develop patience and a long-term vision. We learn to approach situations strategically rather than impulsively or hastily. Acceptance and overcoming challenges. Once we decide to withdraw after much thought, we become more resilient in facing and overcoming challenges. Accepting the consequences, even difficult ones, is a crucial step in learning to cope with changes and uncertainties in life. Reduced future regrets. Careful deliberation before withdrawing helps us avoid rash decisions that could lead to later regrets. We learn to make smart choices, ensuring that every step aligns with our values and life principles. Through applying this lesson, we not only learn how to withdraw wisely, but also develop ourselves in a positive, harmonious, and sustainable direction, while building healthier and deeper relationships with those around us. Step 6. Pause social media use. The sixth step in our journey with Stoicism is a bold and essential move, deciding to temporarily pause social media use. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor who was not only a ruler, but also a shining example of Stoic philosophy, emphasized the importance of seeking inner peace over chasing superficial achievements and appearances. When we choose to pause social media, we are not merely retreating from a virtual space. This act is, in fact, about reclaiming our mental space, freeing ourselves from dependence on others' validation, an action that helps us escape the endless cycle of comparison and competition that social media often promotes. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, compared our minds to a fertile garden that needs careful tending to prevent weeds from taking over. When we pause social media, we are taking action to protect and nourish our minds from the negative impacts and distractions that social media brings. This break is not just a moment of quiet, but an opportunity to enrich our mental garden, fostering thoughts and actions that truly reflect our deepest values and aspirations. This time for reflection and detachment allows us to reevaluate our lives, focusing on what really matters: personal growth, meaningful relationships, and a life aligned with Stoic virtues. In this quiet, we discover not only a more meaningful way of living, but also learn to appreciate inner peace more than the chaos of the external world. This is a process of returning to oneself, guided by the Stoic ideal of a purposeful, upright, and peaceful life. I challenge you. Try pausing social media and share your commitment in the comments. Let yourself and the community know how long you plan to stay away from social media. Set a specific goal, such as not using social media for 7 days. By doing this, you create a peaceful space for your soul and set an example for others, encouraging them to seek true tranquility and happiness in life. When we discuss pausing social media in the context of Stoicism, we are talking about an action that is not just about distancing from a communication tool, but also a method to detach oneself from unnecessary influences and build a stronger internal environment. Here are some tips from Stoic philosophers on how to effectively implement this. Question: your true purpose. Seneca, a great Stoic, often emphasized living a purposeful life. Before you begin your social media pause, ask yourself what your purpose is. Are you seeking quiet, time for reflection, or simply want to reduce distractions? Understanding your purpose will make maintaining this commitment easier. Set clear boundaries. Marcus Aurelius believed that self-control is key to maintaining inner peace. Clearly define when, where, and for how long you will pause social media use. This will help you have a clear plan and avoid temptations to return too soon. Focus on personal development. Epictetus said that we should focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. Use this time to focus on personal development. Read books, exercise, meditate, or spend time on hobbies. Each activity not only entertains but also promotes mental growth. Seek support from the community. While pausing social media, you don't have to isolate yourself. Seek support from friends and family, or even join real-life support groups. Sharing your commitment with others not only motivates you to keep your promise, but also helps you feel connected and supported. Reassess and adjust. Finally, like any process, a social media pause needs to be reassessed and adjusted if necessary. Take time to reflect on your experience and decide whether you want to return to social media, and if so, how you will use it so that it does not disrupt your peace and personal goals. Following these tips not only helps you create a tranquil space for yourself, but also marks an important step in living a purposeful, peaceful, and harmonious life in the spirit of Stoicism. Step 7. Actively focus on your basic needs. Actively focusing on your basic needs in life is not just an art, but also a profound spiritual journey, leading you from the chaos of the outside world into a peaceful space within your soul. Stoicism teaches us that unmatched strength does not lie in what we possess, but in our ability to control and adjust our own souls, where we find true values and identify what is most essential for ourselves. When we decide to distance ourselves from relationships and situations that no longer serve our highest good, we not only avoid the turmoil of the outside world, but also begin a journey of inner exploration, reconnecting with ourselves authentically. This process involves not just taking care of the physical body through exercise and healthy eating, but also nurturing our spirit and soul, thus creating inner tranquility. We actively motivate and elevate ourselves, learning to perceive and manage our emotions healthily. This prevents our emotions from overwhelming and controlling our daily lives. Regular self-reflection is necessary to distinguish between essential needs and temporary desires, thus identifying what truly matters and is worthy of our time and effort. We learn to recognize what is within our control and what is beyond it, and then invest in personal growth and self-improvement. Inner peace becomes the main goal, requiring us to continually return to ourselves and establish necessary boundaries to protect our mental and emotional health. This not only helps us maintain calm amidst life's storms, but also allows us to decline inappropriate requests and welcome experiences that enrich our lives. Focusing on our own basic needs gives us the opportunity to live a life harmonious with our core values and deeper purposes. We are encouraged to live authentically and purposefully, not reliant on external validation, but finding joy and fulfillment in ourselves and our contributions. By distancing from unnecessary nuisances and embracing our own truth, we step into a life of meaning and peace. This is the essence of Stoicism, where we find the strength to manage our soul and identify what is most important for our lives. Stoicism is not just a philosophical doctrine, but also a lifestyle, where actively focusing on our basic needs is foundational to freeing ourselves from the constraints of people and situations that no longer serve our personal development. Here are the profound benefits that Stoic philosophers have outlined when we learn to focus on our basic needs. Freedom from dependence. When you are aware of and focus on your basic needs, you gradually reduce your dependence on others. This creates a sense of freedom, as you are no longer influenced by others' opinions, desires, or approval. You learn to meet your needs independently, building confidence and personal strength. Clarity in goals and priorities. Knowing what you need makes it easier to set goals and priorities for your life. This helps you avoid wasting time and energy on things that do not bring real value. You become more effective and can achieve more with less. Control over emotions and reactions. Understanding and meeting your basic needs allows you to manage your emotions more effectively. You are less likely to be swept away by anger or frustration caused by external situations. This not only reduces stress, but also helps you maintain calm and rationality in all situations. Development of healthy relationships. When you no longer rely on others to meet your needs, your relationships become healthier and more balanced. You can interact with others from a position of mutual exchange, rather than seeking support or validation. This deepens relationships and reduces stress in interactions. Adaptability and quick recovery. By understanding and focusing on your basic needs, you become more adaptable to change. You are not dependent on circumstances or the presence of others to feel stable. This independence also helps you recover quickly from setbacks or unwanted changes. Focusing on basic needs not only makes you more independent, but also leads to a meaningful and self-directed life, true to the spirit of Stoicism. Remember, each step on this journey is not just about you, but about building a bright and sustainable future, where you are the key player in creating your own happiness and success. To conclude our lesson on how to detach from people and situations that no longer serve our personal development, remember that each choice we make is active and meaningful. Stoicism teaches us that true freedom starts with recognizing our ability to make conscious decisions, whether it's choosing to hold on or to let go. Be patient and calm as you face challenges, as persistence and continual self-reflection will guide you to spiritual freedom. Remember, detaching from things that no longer serve us is not an end, but a new step towards growth and maturity. If you find it difficult, seek support from a community of those who also pursue the Stoic lifestyle. Share your experiences and lessons learned, and do not hesitate to ask for opinions when you need them. A supportive and positive environment will be a constant source of inspiration for us to continue on this journey. Together, we will discover that every step, no matter how small, contributes to building a life full of meaning and happiness. Continue to follow and subscribe to our channel to not miss out on the valuable lessons ahead. Together, we are not just observers of theory, but practitioners and spreaders of Stoic philosophy in every action, every daily decision. In detaching from relationships and situations that no longer serve our personal development, distancing ourselves is not only a bold move, but also a necessary action to achieve freedom and inner peace. Stoicism teaches us about persistence, but also helps us profoundly understand the true choices of ourselves. In this journey, it is crucial to always ask ourselves, do these relationships still encourage me to grow? If the answer is no, you must have the courage to let go, whether it's friends, jobs, or any other situation that no longer adds value. These decisions are not easy, but necessary to open up space for new opportunities and personal development. Stoic advice on this topic is very clear. Self-observation. Always observe and assess whether a relationship or situation is helping you progress. Patience. Change does not happen overnight. Be patient with yourself in this process. Seek support. No one can do everything alone. Look for support from those with similar mindsets and positive thinking. Acceptance. Learn to accept that everything can change and no one is perfect. This process might be an opportunity for you to learn and grow. Practice. Courage. Dare to face and let go of what no longer serves your personal development well. Finally, remember that each decision you make, whether to leave or continue pursuing, is part of the journey that makes up your unique story. Stoicism is not just about learning to survive any challenge, but also about discovering the most authentic and meaningful way to live for yourself. If the lessons in this video have resonated with you and you feel ready to welcome peace into your life, please leave a comment, "I embrace calmness," below this video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to our channel to not miss out on our latest videos, where we continue to explore and practice Stoic principles to lead a more meaningful life. Check out the recommended videos on the end screen to continue learning and growing with us. Each step you take following these principles not only helps you write your own story, but also expands your vision and capabilities in life. Thank you for watching and sharing your time with us today. See you in the next video.